Welcome back. Authorities in the Bahamas say at least 17 people have died. 3 have been hospitalized after a boat suspected of carrying Haitian migrants capsized 7 miles off its coast. Officials believe the vessel was headed to Miami. The Prime Minister of the Bahamas had this to say about the incident.
There was a tragedy at sea involving suspected irregular Haitian migrants. As a result, a multi-agency investigation is underway to determine the full circumstances surrounding a suspected human smuggling operation, which has resulted in the deaths of these irregular Haitian migrants.
NBC News senior national correspondent Kerry Sanders has more on the story for us. Kerry, good morning. Walk us through what we know about the incident, the ongoing rescue mission. Are there people that are still believed to be missing?
Indeed, there are. The U.S. Coast Guard right now has patrols in the water working in coordination with the Bahamian Coast Guard, searching for potentially more victims. But as each minute goes by, the likelihood of finding anybody alive, of course, dims. The real concern here is that not only was this boat potentially involved in a human smuggling operation, but that it was so overloaded with people. It was a 30-foot boat with 2 engines off of New Providence when it capsized. When the Coast Guard finally arrived, some of those from the Bahamian Coast Guard heard what they thought was tapping underneath the capsized boat, and under there they found at least one woman who was in an air pocket, but most of those who died were under the boat and were unable to swim and get out to safety. We know at this point that when you look at the numbers here, it's just so sad, because the number of 17 who died, there were 15 women, 1 man, a child estimated between 4 and 5 years old. There are 20 who were taken and are now in custody. Another additional 3 who were on board the boat suffered what they call near drowning symptoms. So they're at the hospital now. Their lungs had filled with water, and they were able to get them to safety, to some sort of medical concern. And ultimately, we have the 2 people who it's suspected were the smugglers. The Bahamian authorities say that they are of Bahamian nationality, and they may have been charging anywhere from $3,000 to $8,000 a person to smuggle what is believed to be all Haitians into the United States.
And you said a 30, did you say a 30-foot boat with that many people on it?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, just so tiny. And, you know, if you look at what happened just recently, just last week, we had a vessel that looks like it had come directly from Haiti. It was a little bit larger, a sailing vessel, but it had 150 people on board, which I think reflects the desperation of what's going on in Haiti right now.
Well, I was just going to ask, is anything being done to try to stop people from trying to come to this country, to try to make conditions better inside Haiti?
Well, you know, Haiti has a long history of being the poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere, but what's really driving, according to the experts, this migration out of the country is what the Bahamian Prime Minister calls a failed state. The government essentially has collapsed there. It is gangs that are essentially controlling much of Haiti, and that gang violence is merciless. And so at times people say, I have one choice. You know, I stay here and die, or I make the real choice, which is to leave. And I may die, but at least I'm doing something for me and my family. So right now, whether the United States or the Caribbean nations through CARICOM, which is the organization of Caribbean nations, can solve it, they continue to say that the goal is to let Haiti determine its own future rather than to have one imposed upon it by other nations. But that policy is somewhat removed from the desperation of the people there who are just trying to survive.
Yeah.
Okay?
Kerry, thanks for bringing us that. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.